Welcome, guys. Thank you guys for being on this call this evening. My name is Elie. I am a Platinum Leader, Platinum 600. I live out here in New York City, so anyone that's in New York and wants to link up, I'm out here. I want to thank you all for getting on this call. I appreciate, having the opportunity to share some information with you guys. So I just want to pretty much jump in and get started. I don't want to hold you guys up too much. I know it's towards the end of the week. It's still a great trade night. We got other things to do. So I wanted to share some information about leadership, right? And so something we don't realize often, or a lot of the times, is that to be a leader, you kind of got to be a follower, right? So like, it sounds crazy because I know growing up is the idea of being a follower, like, oh, you're a follower, like you following your friends. Your parents are probably like, so you're just gonna do what everybody else is doing. And so in the real world, or how, we're thought to move and be, that seems crazy, right? To be a follower, right? Everybody wants to be a leader, to have their own mind, to think for themselves, and to, move however you want without outside influence. But to be a great leader, right? The greatest leaders are the greatest followers. And to be a great leader, you have to be a follower to a certain extent, especially in this business. More than anything, right? If you look at what the chairmen have done, right? Like Vic, shout out to her for hitting Chairman 10. Drop some fire emojis for Vic real quick. Come on, we gotta celebrate her every time we on a call. Drop some fire emojis for Vic, right? We gotta do what chairmen did to get there. There's a path, right? There's a path. And we gotta understand that we don't have to go and try to be our own leader and try to recreate the wheel. Why are you working so hard when you can work smart, right? That's where it becomes time and important for you to become a good follower, right? And in this organization, in this business, being a good follower means duplication, right? Duplicating what other people have done that has proven to work over and over and over again, right? Duplication is key. So in this sense, when I'm saying be a great follower, be a great duplicator, right? Stop trying to question everything and anything someone who has what you want, right, is telling you to do. If you were on the call yesterday, Jen did an amazing job, going over that and addressing that sometimes you feel singled out, that you're being told to do something that everyone else isn't doing. No one in this business is gonna make you do something that's not gonna work. No one in this business is gonna tell you to do something they haven't already done. So understand that sometimes, instead of questioning why, just accept that your leader is trying to lead you, is trying to have you follow similar steps that worked for them or has worked for other people. Even in people I've worked with, right? I've told people to do certain things and they don't listen, right? They decide to do their own thing. And then months down the line, what happens? They come back to me and they're like, Elie, I should have listened to what you said because, this actually happened and what you told me was right. And it's like, as you're doing your own thing and walking your own path, sometimes people want to learn the hard way. Sometimes people need to learn the hard way, right? But you don't have to. You don't have to take the long route, right? You don't have to do that. If you were on Cash's his brunch call the other day, he spoke about going up the mountain and taking that shortcut, right? Taking that shortcut. This is the shortcut that everyone who's at the ranks that we want to hit is trying to tell us to do. You don't have to be the individual who came into this business and is doing it for 5 years to hit chairman. You could be the individual who comes in a year and hits chairman. You could be the individual who comes and does it in 2. But you have to follow your leader, right? A leader is trying to encourage other people, right? Is showing by example. It's trying to get you from point A to point B. And so followers will never know how hard the leader tries to create a path. And that's what's happening here. A path is already been created for all of us, right? Going up the mountain, Before there was a route, right, there was nothing. So a couple of leaders had to decide, we're going to figure out a way to get from the base to the top, right, to the peak. And then what happens? We're going to make sure that we can create a clear path so other people who are after us, who want to go to the top, don't have to take the 20 days it probably took them, don't have to take weeks or months like it took them, because there was nothing ahead, right? They had to figure it out. That's Matt and Jason, right? They're the trailblazers in this company for a reason. They went through so much for a reason. All the chairmen before us, anyone who's a rank above you, went through a lot of experiences, a lot of trials and tribulations for a reason, so that they can come back and tell the next person what to do, what not to do. So as individuals in this organization, we need to understand as a family, right? Trust each other. We're a family. Your family isn't intending to steer you wrong, right? Whether your immediate family or the people you consider to be family and friends don't always, may not always do the right thing, that doesn't mean everyone around you is the same, right? So we have to give people the opportunity to really lead us, to show us by example, right? That's what leaders do. They show by example. They lead by example. They just don't tell you, do this, do that, do that, and they've never done it. They've done those things. They're telling you to do it for a reason. They want you to do what they did. They're showing you step by step, right? Step by step. So it's important when we get on these calls, not exactly this per se, but it's important when we get on these calls all throughout the week and we're taking all these notes, that we actually go back and we say, what did so-and-so say, right? What did Vic say? What did Rhonda say? What did Cash say? What did Matt say? What did Jason say? What were the steps that they took? What are they telling us to do day in and day out to be a better leader, to be a better person, to be a better addition to this team, right? You want to add value. You just don't want to be present, right? You can just pay your subscription and just be here and that's it, but you're not contributing. If you consider yourself to be a leader, you should be contributing even when you don't have anything, right? Just because you're not signing up people every single day doesn't mean there's not leader qualities in you that you can push forward and still help your team. Because I've seen people feel like, well, I didn't sign no one up, so I'm not going to do anything. No, that's not what a leader does. It doesn't matter if they're in your team or not. You're going to help people because you're a leader. You understand that you want to help develop people. Helping someone else is always going to bring more in your pot, right? You don't want to do things with I'm expecting to get something in exchange. But if you know how to teach someone to be a great follower, they're eventually going to become a great leader. So you may not have someone you brought into the business that you can show the duplication, right? You can show the system to, that you can say, hey, do X, Y, Z. That's fine. There's thousands of us in here working together as a unit, no matter what leg we're on. So you still have the opportunity to exhibit those leadership qualities, because we all know, right? We've heard this time and time again. You become chairman before, your back office catches up to it. So if you're not a leader now, you're not going to be a leader when you hit chairman. But if you're not a leader now, you're not going to hit chairman, right? That's not going to happen for you because you're not exhibiting the qualities you need to get to where you're going. You don't have qualities to keep a team. You don't have qualities to show people how to follow you properly, to create duplicatable systems. So how do you expect to get to the next level, right? These are all connected. But we have to understand it starts with following, right? Be a good follower, be a good listener, be a good team player, lead, right? We are all here to create a path. Even when you feel like you don't know what's going to happen, understand that there's so much to happen, but that's why belief is so important. Believe that there's so much coming, even when you're working day in and day out and you don't have people in your immediate organization to, rank up to, that you don't have people to say, hey, do this, do that. Understand, do the work, the people will come. Do the work, the people will follow. No one wants to follow a blind leader, right? Leaders have followers because a leader has direction. They have vision. If you don't have vision, no one is going to even want to be a part of what you're doing, to even follow you, to say you're a leader, and to allow you to be that leader you can be to hit chairman. So all in all, understand great leaders are great followers first. And it's okay to be a follower in this business. The best followers are chairmen. The best followers are chairmen. Understand that. So in this business, be proud to be a follower, but make sure that you're following the right people, right? Make sure you're following the right system, that you're actually using the products, that you actually understand how to plug people in, how to launch people, how to prospect, right? You're following those steps. Chairmen don't just prospect one day and don't prospect again. You don't multiply money by putting a trade today and then thinking you don't need to put a trade for the rest of the year, right? Be a great follower. If you don't understand what to do, make sure you're getting on the calls, you're taking notes, but more importantly, you're going over your notes and understanding, what am I supposed to do every day? What is my day-to-day supposed to look so I can follow the proper steps to hit that next rank? And if you don't know if you're doing something right, make it your business to ask your leader, to ask your mentor, right? To ask other chairmen or other people in your organization that have what you want, because they see what you're doing, they see how you're working, and they can help you understand where you need to be or where you're not falling in line, right? Remember, a leader is creating a path for everyone to follow. So if we have a clear path to chairman, why are you straying off path and trying to create your own? You can do that. With vision and with consistency, you'll still get there. But everyone else is following that shortcut up the mountain, and you're just wandering off, and eventually you may find your way, right? You may find your way. But all you had to do was listen. All you had to do was duplicate, right? So in order to be a great leader, be a great listener, be a great follower, duplicate, and understand to work as a team as well, more importantly. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you guys this evening. I hope you took something from this, but I couldn't be the leader, right, that I wanted to be today if it wasn't for someone who is kind of important to me in my life, right, and has been a huge, huge impact in my success or in the fact of me even starting this business, right, giving me the opportunity to be a leader, pushing me to be a better leader. You know, every time I sit down with this soon-to-be chairwoman, right, she gives it to me like no other, right? She doesn't hold nothing back. And I always tell her, what can I do better? How can I step up? And she's always been truly honest to me, and she's always pushed me for the better. And so I know that I will follow her wherever she goes. We've worked together in so many different businesses, it's hard to even list at this point. She can call me up at any point and say, Elie, I'm about to do this. You want to do it? And without a doubt, I will follow her, because she's proven time and time again to be an amazing leader, to be a boss, to be honest, to be truthful, to be loyal. I can go on. I can go on and on and on, but she's proven to be exactly the person that I want to work with, and for me to become better, right? To become like her, but my best version of her, right? To become my best version, not to be her, but to become my best version of her. And so I thank you so much, Rhonda, for pushing me, for allowing me to even have this platform, to the opportunity, but more importantly, to have an amazing, amazing leader and role model, right, to follow. So I want to introduce you guys and bring in Rhonda the GOAT. I saw someone drop it in the chat. So drop some fire emojis for Rhonda. Rhonda has done so much, not just for me and, you know, our organization, but MMO as a whole, whether you know or not. She puts in so much work day in and day out that, you know, I don't think it goes unnoticed, but if you don't know who she is, you will very, very, very soon, right? You will very, very soon. And so I want you guys all to thank her for all she's done, whether you know it or not. She has done something for you. And Rhonda, I'm not sure how to switch it right now because I'm not on my computer.
I got you, Elie.
All right, awesome.
Thank you, thank you. Man. Thank you, Elie. Y'all, drop sevens in the chat right now for Elie. Drop sevens in the chat for Elie, because Elie is a perfect example of a leader, right? She's someone who goes above and beyond. She pours into her team. She pours into other teams. She never has an excuse or a reason. It's always, what can I do? How can I do it? Yes, no problem, right? And that's somebody that I will trust to the end, right? Someone that I will go to bat for no matter what. And she displays those leadership qualities every single day, right? From the time that she came into this opportunity, she's been conducting and moving like a chairwoman, right? No matter the rank, she's conducted and moved like a chairwoman. She's done things from the beginning, right? Leading calls and taking people and doing one-on-ones and going in front of the room, hosting events. Elie is someone that I love, respect, and trust with everything in me. So to be on a call with her tonight is a true honor. To be on this call with you all is an honor. And I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity to speak on this call. So definitely shout out to Elie. Shout out to our chairwoman, Vic, right? Drop fire in the chat for Vic, right? Vic is someone who is a leader, right? She leads by example. She leads us when we don't even know what's going on behind the scenes. She works till the end. She gets up in the morning and she goes hard and she does everything when nobody even knows what's happening, right? That's a leader. Someone who doesn't need the accolades because her work speaks for itself, right? We know that things are getting done, but we don't know how they're getting done. So tonight we want to talk about leadership, right? Leadership. So if you have a notebook, pen, paper, which you should, because note takers are money makers, right? If you don't have a notebook, a pen, and a paper, you're doing a disjustice and you're just really on the call taking up space. So I'm going to give you 1 minute to get that done, right? 1 minute to get your notebook, your pen, your paper, because you want to take these notes. You want to have some kind of action steps, right? You've heard Elie talk about leadership. You've heard it thousands of times before. I'm pretty sure this won't be the first and it won't be the last. But you have to start taking those notes and putting them to work, right? You have to have some kind of action step to know what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and why to do it, right? Things don't happen on accident. Everything is in purpose, on purpose. So if you're planning to be a chairman in this business, you don't just wake up and become a chairman or chairwoman, right? There's things that you do along the way to prepare yourself for that position. So drop a 1 in the chat if you're ready for some action steps to become a leader, right? To step into your leadership role. Drop 1s in the chat if you're ready. And you're giving me permission tonight, permission to hurt a few feelings, to, give you the real, right? I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. I'm going to keep it completely 100% honest. And I'm going to let you know, because I've learned a lot from Vic, from Cash, from Ty the Guy. There's so many people in this business that I've learned leadership qualities from, right? And I take a little bit from each person and I put it all together. And then that's how I come out with who I am, right? Becoming the best version of myself, just like Elie said, right? So on your paper, I want you to write leader, L-E-A-D-E-R, right? Leader. We're going to break this down. The first letter, L, love, right? You want to lead with love in this business. You want to lead with love. Every single person who joins you in this opportunity, they're coming because they trust you. Right? That 235, 325, they could have spent that with anybody. IML as a whole, IM Mastery Academy as a whole, there's a ton of people they could have signed up with, right? But they're trusting in you for you to lead them to success, whether it's in the business side or whether it's on the trading side. They're coming to you, they're trusting you, whether they were a stranger off the street, whether it was your best friend or somebody who's been following you on Instagram, right? So when they come into your organization, when they come into this family, we need to lead with love. The love is what's going to keep things going. Most people in their everyday lives, they don't even have love. Like their friends and family, they're probably telling them they're crazy. They're wasting their time. This is a pyramid scheme. Why are you doing that? You shouldn't be spending so much time doing that business. Like we've all been there, right? We've all been there. Some of our best friends aren't even in this business with us right now. So when the people come into your business and they join MMO, the only brand of CEOs, right? Together, we can build empire. We need to be leading with love in this organization, right? Becoming a servant leader to your family, right? Not what they can do for you, but what can you do for them? How many times are you calling, asking, hey, how's your day going, right? Are you okay? Is everything good? I haven't really seen you too much in the group chats. How are you feeling, right? Don't just call them when it's the volume. Don't just call them when they haven't paid their subscription. Don't call them when you need something from them. Hey, I need you to get 2 signups because I need to go to this rank, right? You shouldn't be reaching out to people when it's only beneficial to you. Where is the love, right? You need to be reaching out at least every single day. If you have an organization under freaking platinum 1000, right? You should be making those phone calls every day. Text message, right? Hey, how are you? Voice note. Hey, is everything okay? You know, I just wanted to check on you. Do you need anything from me? You know, what do you need for me to go to the next level, right? Leading with love and just reaching out. Because when you build those genuine relationships, people don't quit people. People quit businesses. If there's no connection, if there's nothing there, it's going to be easy for them to walk away because they're not connected to anything. But when you lead with love, you have a deeper connection. In our organization, we have something called Deeper Than Forex, right? Shout out to JMO and Ray. Deeper Than Forex. This is deeper than the business, you guys. Understand that. It's deeper than some charts. It's deeper than a trade. It's deeper than some volume points. Some people really come in here and need love. They need friendship. They need family. They come here for the community, right? They stay because of the profits, cool, right? But they come here and they like hanging out. They like talking. They like getting on these calls. But if you're not leading with that love, it's easy for them to disconnect. It's easy for them to walk away. So a leader is going to lead with love, right? That's your L, right? E, expectations. Tell your team the truth. So many times I hear this over and over and over again. Hey, you can get started. You don't have to build. You can just come in here and trade, right? But as soon as they don't get their 2 and free, as soon as they don't get their P150, we're talking about you need to sign people up. Why are you not working? You know, what's going on? You know, what's up? We need 3 people. Get on the phones, pick up the phone, do your list of 30, right? Right? But you didn't tell them in the beginning. You lied to them. You didn't tell them your vision. You didn't lay out your expectations. So now that they're not following in your expectations, the vision that you have for yourself or your team, now it's a problem, right? But you told them you don't have to build. You can just come in and trade. You didn't set that expectation. So whatever your expectation is for your team or the vision you have for your team, let your team know that. Put them into the bigger picture and you guys build it together, right? We're going to build this family together. We're going to build this team together. So if your vision is to do, let's say Chairman 10, right? You want to tell people, hey, look, we're going to do this together. My goal is Chairman 10, 2020, January 2021, right? And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to create 5 Platinum 5000s, 5 Platinum 1000s, whatever your goal is, lay it down. Let people know so they can pour into the vision with you. They can know the expectations. That's like if you were dating. You have to have some expectations for the person you're dating. You can't just be like, oh, I just date whoever, however it comes, whatever happens, right? You're always going to fall short. No one's really going to stand up to your measures or your standards because you don't have any expectations. And the people you're talking to or dating or the people you're bringing into your business don't know what your expectation is. Hey, look, guys, we have calls Monday through Friday. I'm expecting you to be on these calls. You told me that you want to get out of your job. So I'm expecting you to plug into our Discord channel. I'm expecting you to welcome the new members in. I'm expecting you to step up and host some calls. I'm expecting X, Y, and Z of you so that when it comes time to it, it doesn't come off as a surprise. It's not a shock. Oh, well, you told me I can just come in and copy and paste. You told me I didn't have to do anything, right? So share your expectations with people. That's going to be your E, right? A, action, right? You have to show people. You can't talk about it, right? A leader doesn't talk about it. Oh, y'all need to be doing this. Oh, you should be getting on this call. Oh, you should be showing up to this event. You should be. No, you should be leading. Hey guys, I'm on this call. Hey y'all, I'm going to be pulling up to this event tomorrow. Who's coming with me, right? Leaders lead. You lead with action, not with words. No one wants to follow a parked car. So if you're the leader, right? If the people are looking to you and you're not doing Zoom calls, you're not hosting events, you're not leading with new rank ups, you're not in the Discord chat welcoming people, you're not, saying, liking anything, you're not posting on your social media, but yet you want to be a leader. You want to tell your team what to do, but you're not doing it. How can you expect that? Your team should be chasing you. Man, dang, Vic's doing 300 calls a week. I'm going to be doing 500 calls a week. Man, Vic got 12 signups last week. Okay, I'm going to beat that. Man, Vic doubled her account. Boom, right? I'm going to follow my leader. If she's doing it, I want to do it just like her or better, right? And then as you continue to set the bar, people are going to follow that. But if your bar is down here, if you're performing at a 20%, what do you think your people are going to do? What do you think people are going to do? People are going to duplicate down. It's like the game telephone, right? You tell somebody something and then it goes around the room, and by the time it comes back, it's totally changed, right? It's the same thing. If you're doing 20%, it gets to the next person, it drops to 19, 18, 17, 16. By the time it gets down to the newest person in the room, the quality is trash, right? You're performing at a 5% at this point. But if you're performing at 120%, 100%, as it drops down, it's going to lose some quality. That's to be expected. But when it gets down here, we're still performing at 80 or 90% because you're leading with those actions. You have to do it first. Drop 7s in the chat and we're good. Drop 7s if you're getting any value tonight. 7s in the chat. If not, you know what? I can just log off. I don't want to waste any of your time, right? I want to make sure I'm bringing you some value because that's what leaders do. Okay, cool. All right. So the next one is going to be D, right? D, discipline. Discipline. This is a big one, right? People need to see how consistent you are. You can't say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to lock in. I'm all the way in. I'm doing everything. And you do it for 3 days. You do it for a week. And then all of a sudden, oh, something came up. Oh, I overslept, y'all. My bad. My apologies. Oh, we're going to pick it up next week. That's not discipline, right? You're not disciplined enough to keep consistent. People are looking for consistency. Imagine if you went to your local Walmart. We're going to use Walmart, right? And you go there every day. Then one day you show up and the Walmart's closed. You're like, dang, what happened, right? You're going to give them that one chance. Okay, maybe they're closed. The next day you go back, they're open. You're like, all right, we good. You go back again and they're closed, right? There's no consistent. You're going to stop going to that Walmart because you're like, dang, I don't want to keep driving over here not knowing if they're going to be open or not. You're going to stop going to that particular Walmart. You're going to find a new Walmart to go to because the consistency is not there. No matter what the excuse is, oh, we closed because we had a shortage of employees. Oh, this day we were closed because they were waxing the floors. Oh, this day we closed because our produce didn't come in. You don't care why. It doesn't matter the why. All you care about is the fact that you go, sometimes it's open, sometimes it's closed. There's no consistency. That's the same thing with this business. Your team wants to see consistency in you. If you say we have a team call every Sunday, you need to have that team call no matter what. Whether you're on vacation, whether you have a meeting, whatever, because that meeting is a part of the consistency of your family. They need that, right? They need to see that you're consistent. They can count on you, right? If you get sick, if you're tired, whatever, you got to push through because you're the leader. You might be on the, hey guys, I'm sorry, I'm not feeling too well, but I'm still here rocking with y'all, right? Bluetooth in the ear, right? You out to eat, you step out, you go to the car and do the call. No matter what, in the pool, step out of the pool, go to the side, do the call. The same thing with your social media or prospecting, right? We want to do prospecting sometimes, right? We want to do it when it's convenient. We want to do it when it's convenient for us. And that's not how this works because your prospects are looking to see how consistent you are. As soon as you stop is when they join somebody else. They're just waiting. They're waiting to see, okay, how long is he or she going to do it? How consistent is she going to be? But that day you stop is the day they sign up with somebody else. Because, okay, I'm ready now. And when they're ready, you're not present. You're not there anymore. Oh, I haven't posted in a while. Oh, I stopped reaching out. I stopped posting events because I only had 3 people show up, right? You got to be willing to do it no matter what, right? You got to be all the time. You got to be 100% in this business. And you have to have the discipline enough to stay the course, even when it doesn't make sense, even when things are hard, even when people aren't showing up. Where's your discipline? Okay? So E is the example. Like I said earlier, people are only going to follow what they see, right? It's like a baby. Little kids, they don't know anything. They only know what they see. That's why you have some little kids who can speak very well and know their ABCs, and they're doing all this amazing things, is because what they're seeing. It's what their parents are pouring into them on the daily. Then you have some kids whose parents don't, they don't do too much. They're not too hands-on. They give them the iPad and they sit them over in the corner. And then you wonder why they're not developing at the same rate as the other kid, right? Because their example's not there. What are they seeing on a daily basis? What are you watching? What are you feeding yourself? What are you listening to every day? What are you reading every day? Because your team is going to duplicate you. You are the example. Dang, if my leader is doing this, I'm going to follow my leader. Oh, my leader's reading that, I'm going to read what my leader's reading. A couple of calls ago, Cash said, you want to go chairman, buy a hookah. Man, you could have been looking at Instagram the next day. 100 people bought hookahs. Their leader said, if you want to go chairman, buy a hookah, right? As crazy as it sounds, as foolish as it might be, the hookah stock went up the next day, right? Because of that, if he's telling you, this is the chairman 100. If he's telling you, you can be like, well, shit, the hookah might work. I don't know. I'm willing to give it a try. But you got to think, what are you leading? What kind of example are you setting for your team? And it starts from the way you talk. It starts from the way that you show up. It starts from the way that you lead your calls, how you host your events, being on time. Just being on time is an example. If your event starts at 7 and you show up at 7:15, what do you think your team's going to do? They're going to show up 7:15, 7:20, right? They're going to do whatever they see their leader doing. If your event starts at 7, you show up at 6:15, yeah, you're early, right? You're early, but guess what? Your team's going to be there, and that way you can game plan, right? You can do things before the event gets started, but you're leading by example. You are the example for your team, right? Nobody can eat Vic's red velvet cupcakes because she said that's how you go in chairman. I'm pulling up, Vic. I'm eating all the cupcakes. That's what it takes. I'm breaking my diet. I'm eating all the red velvet cupcakes because that's how she went chairman 10. I'm eating all the cupcakes. That's the example, right? And we're so grateful that we have such amazing leaders to lead with examples, right? If you watch Vic, you've watched her host every call, right? Leadership call, mastermind calls, social media calls, op calls, back to back to back to back. So what do I look like not duplicating that? What do I look like being like, oh, I'll just host one call a day. That's cool. But I'm watching the chairwoman host 5-6 calls a day, right? It's like, if you want to see someone's success, go have them show you their calendar. What's on your calendar? How can you tell your team to be busy, be active, always in phase 1, in the trenches, if you're at home chilling, faking it for Instagram, grinding some old picture that you took? So now you took the picture and now you back chilling. You're not grinding, you faking, right? So be the example, be a real example for your team. And the last one is results. Results. Results are going to speak for themselves, right? Women lie, men lie, but numbers don't. Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. You can't fake results. You can't fake that. If you're really grinding, if you're really putting in that work, if you're really doing the things that you claim you're doing, the results are going to speak for themselves. I've never seen someone constantly in motion, constantly in action, and not get a result. I used to do fitness. I used to own a gym, right? I was a trainer and I did all these things, and my clients would come to me like, yeah, Rhonda, I've been eating clean. I've been working out. And you get on the scale and they've lost a pound. You can't cheat the grind, baby. You can't cheat the grind. You can tell me all day long, yeah, I've been doing it. I've been growing. I've been on calls. I've been having prospects. I've been doing this. I've been doing that. But then you have no results. It's almost impossible. There's no way that you're working. There's no way that you're doing calls, events, that you're helping your team, that you're being a servant leader, that you're showing up and you're not getting any results. It's impossible. So remember, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. At the end of the day, you are the leader. That's how you create leadership. It's through results, right? Love, expectations, action, discipline, example, and results. That's how you create leadership. And then you duplicate yourself. You duplicate yourself into your team, because now it's not just one leader, right? You created 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 leaders. So now when you go chairman, you have other people coming right behind you, right? You locked arms with them. You created so many leaders that your organization is just moving smooth. There's no rift. There's no back and forth. You guys all moving together. And you don't feel so heavy like you're having to do everything by yourself. Drop a 4 in the chat if you ever felt like you were carrying the load, right? Like, dang, I'm doing all the calls. I'm doing all this. I'm doing all that. You feel like, damn, where's my team? Like, where's everybody at? I'm doing everything, right? Duplicate yourself and create other leaders, right? You don't find leaders, you create leaders, right? You have to pour into people. You have to pour into them. You have to give them leadership roles. You have to teach them how to become a leader. You have to be the example for them to become a leader. You have to trust in them to be a leader, right? A lot of times they're going to say, I'm scared, I'm nervous, I don't know if I can do it. No, not me, not me. Put them in leadership positions. Put them in the roles and allow them to flourish in the role. Sometimes you just need someone to believe in you, right? You may be a super amazing leader, but if no one's pushing you and saying, hey, look, man, I believe you can do it. Like, just do it. It's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. You might mess up, but that's all right. That's cool. You're allowing them to step in a leadership role. You're allowing them to grow. You can't do everything. You can't be the only one. Because when you get to that level, that chairman level, you don't want to look back and then you're the only person. How many people did you help? How many leaders did you create? How well did you duplicate yourself? Right? So with that being said, family, drop leader in the chat. Drop leader in the chat if you got anything from today. Leader. All I want to know is if we have some leaders in this organization, right? Leaders, right? Leaders. That's what we need. In order for us to go next level as a unit, as one, right? MMO as a whole is going to take us all becoming leaders. And leadership is not based off of a rank. Please get that out of your head. You can come in this business as a customer and be a leader. You can come in and be a P150, P600, right? And you can be a leader. You can still be a chairman and still learn from other people. You can learn from someone else. You can learn from a P150. You can learn from someone who's a customer. It's all about what are they displaying? What example are they setting, right? And now if you're that person, don't ever let a rank determine you stepping out there and stepping into your leadership role. Trust me, somebody needs what you have. Somebody needs to hear what you have to say. Somebody needs to see your example. And it might just be what you do that makes them become a better leader. So with that being said, family, I'm super, super grateful. I'm extremely honored. This call, it was something that I really want to put out there for the organization and really, really get out, because I've learned so much from Vic, from Cash, from all the leaders, Matt Rosa, Jason Brown, right? There's so many phenomenal leaders in our organization that I copycat, right? I copy the right cats. I go out, I take notes, right? I told you, note takers are money makers. If you don't have a notebook, you're wasting your time. Get on the calls. Every call has value. Don't say, oh, I got on that call already, right? Oh, yeah, I heard that already. Every call has value. Every single call, you can take something from it, add to your tool belt, and now you become a better leader. The better you become, the more you can pour into your team, right? Every day you should be becoming 1% better. And then you pour into your team and they become 1% better. And now you have an amazing organization. So family, it's really Rhonda on Instagram. If you ever need me, I'm a DM away, a phone call away. I promise you, I love helping everybody, because it's not about me. It's about what I can do for the team, what I can do for the family to get us all to the next level. So with that being said, I love each and every one of you. Have an amazing Thursday night, and I'll see you at the top, because the bottom, of course, is what? Way too crowded. Have an amazing night.